here's a 20-year plan. What's that? Don't die? Yes, the wordplay is good.
Mm-hmm.
Then it gets always good.
Oh yeah, I also like the line where they're taking away the kid.
Now that I'm just trying to think of a favorite part, and I
My favorite part. Okay, sorry for interrupting. I came out.
All right, go on.
Okay, but my favorite part has got to be the scene at McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
That is cool.
I'm trying to remember what's
sad.
I'm trying to remember.
Sorry, we stopped serving breakfast after 10:30.
Oh god, and he's like, oh shit.
Can someone get this kid a Happy Meal?
And he's like, doesn't matter, we'll give you the Happy Meal, we'll give you the Happy Meal. And they're sort of like,
How do you know, was he crying because Adam Sandler was yelling, or was he crying because he wasn't going to get a breakfast or something?
I was confused.
That's the part that I never got.
But I also like that line where they're taking away the kid, and it's like, but I wipe my own ass. Yeah, that's a good reason to not stay. Why do you want this job? Because I wipe my own ass. But any final thoughts about Big Daddy?
I think I have two favorite
I
parts.
think it's heartwarming in a very lowbrow, down-to-earth kind of way. This isn't Leo Huxtable. This isn't a very well kept together family that's trying to. This is truly dysfunction at its finest,
Yep.
and it's still very heartwarming. And you get to see that Adam Sandler's character matures along with not necessarily the kid maturing, but as he starts caring for him, and he really starts to grow up in his own way. This is what happened. That's my boy. If Adam Sandler wasn't trying to be raunchy and completely disgusting.
But wait, I thought you didn't see That's My Boy.
Of course I saw trailers and I saw little synopses there and there. And of course I had to hear from a few friends telling me about how this is Adam Sandler's possibly most disgusting film yet.
I'll rip on that later. This is that's one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Let's not go on to that one right now.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go in chronological order.
I want to say I didn't get to say my favorite parts. I think I have about 3. Now that I've really thought over the whole movie, one of them, of course, I can't believe no one else brought this up, is the Kangaroo song.
Oh yeah.
Oh god!
I like to obey.
And the whole
I
outfit.
just can't believe no one else brought that up. That has to be so hilarious. Kangaroo song. Kangaroo song. Kangaroo song.
It's like,
Kangaroo song.
And it's like, I'm not watching this. Turn this crap off.
Oh god. Just the guy's costume in the video is just so ridiculous.
And
But I can't believe it got.
They couldn't put $5 for Barney. It was Barney.
That was before Barney started molesting kids.
Get the hell.
And then another part I think I like is when he just not listen. The kid's not listening to him. He's not doing anything right. So what does Adam Sandler do? He comes back as Scuba Sam, the father of Scuba Steve. And I forget what did he make him do?
He made him take a bath.
Yeah, I made him take a bath. Yeah, he told him to take a bath to be part of the Scuba Squad.
Because smelly
And I
people
think
are.
he said something about
He has to take the bath with swim trunks on because Adam Sandler's not comfortable bathing a naked child.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
And then,
How did they get his nether regions?
and then like the last part I think that's probably hilarious is when, like you reminded me, when we find out who is his old girlfriend sleeping with. But
girlfriend taking on the man.
He's got a 20-year plan. What? Don't die?
What were some of the
I think there's a point where he sort of imagines them having sex, or something. Maybe just made the audience imagine it.
Yeah, he says his old hairy. Oh,
Oh God! Just make sure you don't get lost in his wrinkle folds. No.
That's what dirty images in my mind. And not good ones.
You and the whole entire. You in the 1980s.
Alright, so.
last thought I think is this movie really does have
1990.
Has a lot of heartfelt in it, and also has a lot of that kind of sleazy comedy that we know Adam Sandler for.
Well, well
As the
a little, but not to the point where that's my boy territory.
You have the sentimental idea of having to take care of a child, but you also have the guy who's not ready to take care of the child, but wants to take care of the child. So it's a nice combination.
Yeah, I like this film for its story structure. For a film, I want to feel more than just humor, because humor is good, though it's just one tiny element. It's more emotions that I want to feel, and not just like, oh, this is good, this is funny, that's about it. I actually cried when they took away the child, and besides whatever, he's like, I want my own house.
I can't cry at that part because of that line.
No, I started crying, and then I started laughing after that line, but, like, it was just so sad. But, no, I really started crying during Click.
Yeah, really, if you watch it the first time, it really does toy with your emotions.
Yeah. Does anyone have any last words about That's My Boy before we move on to Click?
I will say I will give this movie a pass, and I really like this film. If you haven't checked it out, probably you should, like, go on YouTube or something and find the full movie. I found the full movie on YouTube.
I bought it.
And, yeah, like, I even got the VHS copyright in my room. Yeah.
What's a VHS?
But you can find them in Goodwill's, Salvation Army, any thrift store you can even imagine. I mean, if you're lucky enough. That's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. So, I recommend it.
Okay, so
7.46 out of 10. I'd say this is it's
very precise.
Well, alright, I just try to be precise. It's a good film. It's funny. It has a lot of emotion. And for one thing, it's smart in its own sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what would happen if Adam Sandler had to take care of a kid that he didn't have to, and he lived in this place? It has some good set pieces. It plays around with the humor a lot, and it still gets across a good message, and it's entertaining while doing it. You can watch this movie from start to finish and just really enjoy not find yourself invested totally with everything, and there's no conviction to it, but find yourself entertained. So I give this a 7.46 out of 10. Nowhere near visionary perfection, but then it's an Adam Sandler movie. He just wants to make us smile.
I kind of agree with that rating right there. So now let's move on to Click. Click is kind of like Big Daddy. It has full of your emotions. In fact, it toys with it, like the Gonk says. Yeah, this film, I saw it in January, just rewatching it because I saw it when it first came out, and I started crying because when I first saw this film when it first came out, I didn't understand a lot of it. I didn't understand he died at the end. I didn't understand the sex jokes. But watching it in January and watching it today, like, I started crying because how emotional this film can be. And it really tells an excellent lesson. It has to be one of his best works.
Now,
I a little bit disagree with that. I don't think it's his best work, because he really did not have that much comedy in it, which kind of bothers me. I mean, there's so much more comedy he could have put into there.
But comedy doesn't make a good story.
But comedy makes a Sandler film, and everyone knows that that Adam Sandler is a comedian, and he just is.
Well, yeah, and
I'm not. There's that one. Rain Over Me is one of, like, those Adam Sandler dramas. I haven't watched it because I'm not going to watch Adam Sandler in a drama. That just doesn't make sense.
I don't want to watch Adam Sandler in a horror movie either, unless it was a parody.
Yeah, I think I would watch an Adam Sandler horror comedy. I think that would be.
Isn't that technically Hotel Transylvania?
No, because it's not scary. No, it's not. But I mean, that would be pretty funny if he did a horror movie. That would really want to watch it.
Well, that's the Halloween edition.
Might be the fact that he's not working off of people. He's working off of his prop.
Mm-hmm.
The character can be considered to be the universal remote. Sure, they set up an entire premise. They give him a family, a house, a terrible boss played by David Hasselhoff of people. When he had a perfectly evil boss and anger management.
We'll get to that one later.
That's what I'm talking about.
The fact that really, The setup is just around that he has a stressful life, and then he gets his remote, and then the humor plays off of that. And while some of the jokes are good, there's also some times where it just gets goofy, like the turning himself into the Hulk, the great man thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there is some good Neil, the David Hasselhoff gets the shit kicked out of him, and then he literally farted in his face. Yeah, that's dirty and stupid, but I still laugh at it, because the other thing is that he doesn't just do it for the sake of it. He does it because there are a lot of people out there who wish they could do the same thing.
Yeah. I also like this film because it's also one of the more relatable Sandler films. Like, most middle-aged men will say, yeah, I'm kind of like that. Sometimes I hate life. I have these 2 kids, and sometimes I wonder, where can I go in life? And maybe this tells a good story for them. Like, just enjoy what you have and not what you want.
Enjoy the moment, too.
Yeah.
That's the saying. Because, he notices his kids, like, that's my daughter, that's my kid. Like, I love how, he's actually mentioning, wow, look how big you are, as in, like, he was a little kid, 5 minutes ago.
And then he's like, what, fat?
The kid sees is like, look how fat you got. It's like, maybe if you took me to Pilates every now and then, like you said you would, I wouldn't look like this. So it's pretty sad that that's what the kid's thinking, and it's not what he's talking about.
Is it a blow to your manhood if fucking Sam Gamgee ends up taking your girl away from you?
What?
Maybe. I wouldn't know, because...
But if it's the guy that wears the same Speedo the entire movie, then yes.
Cody...
I noticed that. You see, the first scene, he's wearing the same Speedo that he wears at the wedding. Why is he wearing a Speedo at the wedding? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But, Cody, what did you think of Click?
What I think of Click? Well, I vaguely remember this, and I've seen this on television a long while back. I think it was 2006, 2005. It was with my parents, and my parents wanted to see this movie, and I looked at the trailers, and I thought it was going to be pretty funny. I thought it was going to be pretty good, but I was like a really immature little kid back then, so I would say, yeah, it was... I mean, the comedy was a little stale, but the story-wise, yeah, it was pretty good. What it failed, oh God, where do I start? The whole thing is just a big advertisement for Bed Bath & Beyond. It's like in Little Nicky, they always advertise Popeyes. Like, everything is Popeyes.
Chicken is the bee's knees.
It's true.
It's not true.
Yeah, it's sort of like they advertise Popeye's chicken a lot in that movie, and this one, it's like, well, we're low on funds, Mr. Sandler. Oh yeah. First we got to do a good old. I can't do Sandler, but he's like,
First we gotta do it.
Let's try to think of this thing that we have to incorporate so we can get more money to pay the rent for all the locations.
Sound more like the kid from Big Daddy.
Or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, I know. But, it's sort of like, the thing with that is that let's advertise something so we can get money